All right, guys, we're going to get into this topic here. And as much of a horrible and atrocious person Elon Musk is, guys, he wasn't lying when he had his drug-infested ketamine attack about Trump being in the Epstein files. I'm hoping you guys didn't think he was lying. Absolutely not. Trump is 1,000% guaranteed on those files. Not only is he in the Epstein files, guys, him and Jeffrey Epstein were butt buddies. They were together everywhere they went. I mean, like, the most famous clip we have of Jeffrey Epstein is him and Donald Trump at some random party whispering to each other in their ears about what kind of ass they want to have for the night, right? That's literally the clip floating around all over the internet that no one wants to talk about anymore. And you know, not only Jeffrey Epstein knew, like, Trump's inner workings, like, with his cabinet during his first term, and he had all this information. Why do you think he knew all that information, guys? I mean, for one, yes, he was Israeli Mossad intelligence. That's a fact. But they're all involved in this sexual blackmail rink where they blackmail each other to be able to control each other, guys. Come on, man. You guys remember when Donald Trump, there was reports that Donald Trump used to cuck other people's wives? This is some serious shit, guys. We're going to get into some clips here. But, you know, the big eye-opener, obviously, was the Fox News interview.
Would you declassify?
Where the reporter asked Trump, like, hey, are you going to declassify the Epstein files? What's going on with that? And he's like, yeah, you know, but there's a lot of people on there. There's a lot of phony stuff. Phony stuff? Wouldn't it Trump care about other people? Huh? When did Trump care about other people other than himself and his pockets? Can someone let me know? I've never heard him care about anybody, guys. Let's keep it all the way real. He's talking about himself. Okay, he doesn't want, because there's some phony shit about himself, which it isn't phony. All right, we're gonna get into some other. I'm telling you guys, we're gonna break this shit down. I'm tired of people saying that this guy's not on these files, man. All right, look, this is the unedited version. Let's look at his response.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
Would you declassify?
Okay, check the edited version now. Look what Fox did.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
Attorney General.
Would you declassify the 9/11?
You see what they did there? And this is the same Trump who was complaining, like he went and sued CBS because they edited his Kamala Harris interview. Oh, they made me look bad. I'm going to go ahead and sue them and this and that. And, you know, then we see edit. I guess he can only, it's only cool if he does it, right? So that's one clip. And then once people saw that, then we started seeing a bunch of other weird shit that, you know, people were pulling out from previous interactions with Donald Trump, you know, back in the day, where they're like, wow, this is kind of strange. What's going on here? Right? And this was one of the videos where a female alleges that he's a sexual predator. And look at Trump's reaction, guys. Look at Trump's reaction.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
you are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true. You.
Not gonna lie to you guys, like Howard Stern calling you that and then you chuckling and laughing and agreeing with it is such a bad look. That is such a that is not it, man. So we have that, and then there's this whole video here of Trump or Epstein saying that, hey, me and Trump are best friends, man. We grew up together. We are tight knit, man. Like that's like the person I was around the most, and this and that. And Trump's he's a snake oil salesman and all this bullshit. So let's get into this clip here. By the way, everybody try to censor and shadow ban this footage here. So I'm hoping this shit gets like monetized, but like everybody was trying to ban the shit out of this video, man. And what's interesting is that the only like outlets that actually released this was like the Hindustan Times, which is like not even American, right? It's like based in India. Look at this audio here.
Charming. He is able to convince people. So he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So how do you know this?
That was supposed to show you.
He has a sense of humor. He can be funny.
He's great. His ability to sell. It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go over to a fat, ugly woman. Say, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So you probably know he had a scalp reduction. Because he had the same male pattern movement that we all have. He's not a horrible human being. He does nasty things to his best friends' wives. Anyone who first tries to gain your trust and then uses it to do bad things. That's how it goes. Charming.
And unless you guys are living under a rock, sexual blackmail is used all over, politics, to the entertainment industry. And this is, we're seeing this play out with Diddy and a lot of these other freaky weirdos, right? And then, there was this whole thing about the connection between, obviously, Epstein was full-blown Israeli Mossad intelligence. This guy was, like, bragging about this shit. And then we have this situation here where the former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak was like pictured going to Jeffrey Epstein's New York City apartment pretty much every day, and he met with him at least 36 times. What's funny is Don Bongino actually called this out. He's like, yeah, man, we used to see Ehud Barak walk in with Jeffrey Epstein. And now he's acting like he doesn't know what happened, because obviously he's under the Trump administration, and he doesn't want to ruin Trump's entire existence if they actually release the Epstein files. So, him and Kash Patel are like, yeah, he definitely executed himself. Yeah, he committed suicide. It was suicide, guys. You guys saw that clip? Fucking liars. And this guy, by the way, is a full-blown weirdo. He's a freak. There's videos. Look at this photo of this dude. He has his foot over a toilet, posing for like a grinder picture. This guy's the former Israeli prime minister. And so then we get a bombshell. Boom. Right? Daphne Barak, bestie of Ghislaine Maxwell and cousin of Ehud Barak with President Donald Trump, who is best friends with a lady named Virginia Roberts Jeffrey, and she was being forced to have sex with Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. She's the wife of, I believe, former New York, Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, or one of these people's wives, right? And we get that bombshell report, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? This guy's a full-blown, freak. Not to mention his I grab you by the pussy, and if you become an actor or a star, you can grab him by the pussy, and that comment, and you could force yourself on them and all this weird shit. So we're not even going to get into that. So, and then I'm going to segue into some other weird shit, right? To prove to you that this guy Trump's a predator, and he blackmails his friends by fucking their wives. And by the way, there's a report that showed that like Trump like would call. This is like some real shit, guys. Again, there's a lot of information on this thing, but I'm just giving you guys like just the general, videos that everybody could kind of look up. But there's this one of these guys that reported that Trump would essentially he'd have the guy's wife. He'd pretty much call the guy, get a recording. He'd tell the guy like, hey, come over, I got some chicks at the house. He'd record the guy saying like, yeah, I'm coming over right now, and I'm gonna come and have sex and all this shit. And then he would blackmail his friend by saying, hey, let me fuck your wife, or I'm gonna release this tape to her. And so that's how he would blackmail some of his buddies. Again, guys, like, this is nothing new. You know, obviously we're starting to see it play out with Diddy and R. Kelly and all these other weirdos, right? But this is kind of what this is how they do things in this is how they do things, man. So I'm gonna segue into this other thing here. So another debacle with an Israeli prime minister, the genocide or maniac, Netanyahu and his wife. Remember when they were sitting at that round table, and then Trump made this real uncomfortable, weird comment. Let's get into that. Let's get into that.
But that's up to them. But she was certainly disrespectful to Israel, in my opinion.
Mr. Trump, has your relationship with the prime minister repaired at all?
It was never bad. I would say it was always good. No president has done what I've done for Israel. And we've always had a very good relationship. And if I didn't, I have a secret weapon. You know what it is? Sarah. She's sitting right over there. I have Sarah. As long as I have Sarah, that's all that matters.
Do you feel like after this trip, Mr. Prime Minister...
So weird comment, right? And then a month later, Netanyahu's wife flies out from Israel to America by herself without Netanyahu because he was managing the genocide. He went and she sat and he hosted Sarah Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago, and they were sitting together having dinner. And then Trump releases this photo. You know what I mean? So he's still in that game, bro. He's still running. He's still doing the sexual predator, fucking blackmailing shit on his buddies, right? To get him to do what he wants. I don't know if he got Sarah Netanyahu, but you know, the guy he obviously had her there. And then he takes a big, beautiful photo with her. And, you know, the Trump regime, man, they took the files. They re-released files from 2015 with Jeffrey Epstein, redacted a bunch of information and this and that. And, you know, so that whole release was a bluff. Even what's her name? Saw from the movie Saw, Laura Loomer. She came out and said, "Oh, why would you just release those files? I already had these and this and that, and the Trump lied to us," and she's all crying and shit. By the way, that chick got like 4 or 5 people fired from the Trump administration, and she's not even involved in politics. She's not even involved. She's not even a politician, nor, you know, she's like an influencer. So, and you guys could guess, like, she's obviously them boys, right? So yeah, man. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that this dude is in these files and he's possibly like a main character. We could go on and on. Oh, and like he met Melania on the pedophile Lolita Express plane, right? He met Melania on the pedophile plane, and that was the first time they met. So, and had sex. All right, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get the haters in. Like, yeah, Trump's not a pedophile. No, Trump didn't do that. You're just a hater. No. You know, you fucking... Come on, bro. Oh, just have some basic... It's just basic logic, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, all this evidence, and you guys think Trump wasn't doing some freaky shit for some change, man. Like, come on, guys.